Hey guys, what's up? This is Simeon Basis. The next show I have for tonight is called The Adventures of Pete and Pete. Let's dive right in. The show The Adventures of Pete and Pete aired from 1993 to 1996, and what's also very great about it, it actually had Danny Tamborelli from All That, which is actually really cool. And it also has Michelle Trachtenberg, and if you're not familiar, Toby Huss. Which actually, Toby Huss is a very, very good actor and voice actor. He's done a lot of stuff in King of the Hill, and he's been in Reno 911 and a bunch of other stuff. So, very cool. So, the show basically is set in Wellsville, USA, which basically the state is never mentioned at all. So it's basically where the show basically falls around two kids, of course, named Pete and Pete. They're both brothers. And of course, they just go around and do crazy things like Big Pete Wrigley, who is, of course, Big Pete, who has a crush on this girl, and he also has a rivalry with his little brother, and, tries to conquer adults and stuff, because I remember watching one episode where they had like a little fallout with the adults of like swim time or whatever, and his little brother, Pete Wrigley, who is, of course, Danny Tamborelli, is, of course, the one who's always the crazy one and always hates authority figure, and he always fights adults too. And of course, it's a lot of crazy things. They used to have a lot of crazy shorts before the show actually took off. And it was quite interesting. And they actually did a reunion, which surprised me. So, but anyways, yeah, so just more of, crazy adventures, and their dad is honestly weird. And their little sister is a little weird too, because apparently their dad is fucking ripped as hell. But anyways, so I don't know if the show got canceled or not. I'm just probably guessing because Danny Tamborelli probably went on to do All That, or probably because the characters got too old. But that's just how I think of it. So, what would happen if the show did come back, and how would it keep going? Okay, like I said, they have already had a reunion. Well, if the show were to come back, very interestingly, I would love to see maybe both Pete's married and their kids kind of take the name, like Big Pete Wrigley Jr. and Little Pete Wrigley Jr., and more crazy adventures, since now it's different because there's a lot more technology and stuff, and a lot more crazier things have happened in the 2000s. So, it's kind of like, okay, how can we set them apart from the 90s? A lot more crazy adventures, a lot more crazy interesting things, and maybe more interesting technology that they use, because I remember them doing a bunch of spying and shit, and it was really cool. So, but that's just my opinion. So anyways, alright guys, this is MEM Basis. I talked and/or ranted about The Adventures of Pete and Pete, and I hope y'all have a good day or night when you're watching this. Thank you.